All right. We are about to begin. About to begin. In fact, I want you guys to give me a minute because I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. And then afterwards, we are gonna get into it. Hopefully we'll have another great stream, a live stream today. And I was on earlier today, but we're about to get started. I'm gonna use the restroom first. Hold right tight because it's about to go down another live stream. I wanted to talk about this one because I felt the need that was important, but give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right. Woo, man, I'm back. Had to pay that water bill, but I'm back now. How is everybody doing today? We're about to get started. We're going to be talking about the leftist, liberal lunatics. That's what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, because I felt the need of wanting to bring this topic up because it's very important because these particular people here, some of them are never Trumpers. They would never, ever, ever, ever how right and how good that this country, even though this country is about to get back on track by getting rid of the mass deportation in this country, the border is going to be sealed. Everything is going to be in a better place. With them, some of them will see it. Most of them won't. They're going to still complain. They're going to still whine, bellyache, and this is just how they are. They're never, ever, ever going to give it up. They just won't. And that's okay, though, because that's how mind control works, ladies and gentlemen. It works this way. Mind control is mind control. In other words, with these uh, being a victim, they use emotions, right, to get the particular group of people to get on board with it. And for the most part of it, the leftist lunatic, liberal lunatics, they actually believe as to what the cause is, it's absolutely right. They believe in that. Randy Marsh says, where are you from? I'm from America. Yeah, Randy, I'm from America. Good old US of A. Born and raised, the red, white, and the blue. But at any event, yeah, so this is basically what it is, though. I'm talking about the topic today is about this particular group of people that will never get on board with it. They just won't. They will not accept the fact about America in its current state, and it's on a decline until Trump stepped up. And that's what I'm saying. But they won't see it. Jose says, hi. Hey, Jose, how are you? Hola, come on, Stan. They just will not see it, ladies and gentlemen, at all. And that's what we want to talk about. We have people that have been manipulated. They use emotions once again. They talk about a lot of different horizontal issues that really don't pertain to the real world. You never really hear the left talk about the what is it, about the economy, about safety, which should be right up there, you know. That's why the mass deportation has to happen. They are coming from a democratic system that never works on the behalf of the people. You got to keep in mind when Trump said that I'm taking the power away from government and bringing it back to the people, he really meant that. And that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to take the power from the government and give it back to the people. We're in America. I'm in Michigan. So that's basically what it is, you know. That is exactly what it is. So, going further on. So, that's why I say is that what has been going on with the news, the fake news, as we already know, we already talked about this before. There will be a reckoning when it come down to the so-called journalists in the news, because the journalists in the news are not printing and not reporting the real news. They are being told what to say, so forth. They really owe a lot of responsibility why the left are behaving this way. I'm not talking about regular liberals. I'm talking about the far left. That's why I've named it the left liberal lunatics, because they act like crazy lunatics, screaming, hollering, yelling. They want to get violent. They don't know how to control themselves. And this is how the society, and this is what has been going on. They've been fed this stuff for a long time, right? They are absolutely, as Jose would say, loco, el loco. You know what I'm saying? They really are, though, you know? Absolutely crazy. Crazy. It's like with a lot of narcissism in here, they will not accept any other viewpoints. If you disagree with a Democrat one time on any topic, because you're supposed to be on the woke thing, you're supposed to allow illegal immigrants over here, you're supposed to say that the economy is doing swell, and you're supposed to say that Obama and Biden and Harris and how you're supposed to tell them that you voted for them. This is what I'm talking about. When you start seeing these type of narratives, people love it when you talk about Kamala Harris. I could have been a Kamala Harris shield, but I didn't want to. You know why? Because what I wanted to talk about, I'm more standing on truth, not lies, right? And if I would have said Kamala Harris and all the great things that Kamala does and how wonderful she was and how, all you got to do is say that you hate Trump. You get a following up here on social media big time. It's not the truth. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is just say that, I can't stand Trump. He's a hater. He's a racist. He's a Hitler. And then you know what I'm saying? But see, they're in the minority group. They pretty much like to be in safe spaces. And they also like to be in rooms and groups that support that type of lunacy. You know what I mean? They cannot debate. They cannot um, deal with the reality and deal with the facts that Trump ended up winning by a landslide. They still are shocked about that. And I'm still celebrating. Since Trump has been reelected, I've been doing nothing but lives talking about a lot of his policies, talking about other things. And I feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this for ratings. I just do this because it's necessary that I can do this, and how we're moving into a republic versus the democracy. And that's another con job that they have gotten people to accept. Being part of a corporation system that a lot of these politicians outside of Trump, they are voting. I should say the presidents. They take they take the special interest groups, which are the banksters, right? The banksters, they carry out those policies of the banksters. It's not about the people, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the corporations. You got to understand. That's really what democracy really is. Democracy never worked on behalf of the people. It worked for the banksters. Why you think the lobbyists, when they go out here all the time, who do they talk to? They talk to the politicians. The politicians accept the gifts. They pass laws into effect. This is how a lot of our politicians are bought. Therefore, if they go against the grain, guess what? A scandal breaks out. Look what happened to Eric Adams up there in New York. You know, he was the mayor, right? He was taking kickbacks, bribes, and all the rest of this type of stuff. Then what ended up happening is that when he didn't want to play ball no more, he spoke out against the illegals in New York. Look what ended up happening. This is what they do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they do. Randy says, is the fact that the American president is not elected by direct popular vote a problem for democracy? Well, here's the thing. The word democracy itself does not include the people. It's an illusion of conclusion. What democracy really is, it just means mob rules. Like you got a mob boss that is set up as a corporation, and the president that we have currently is nothing more than the CEO. So what he does is that he takes the orders from the big mob boss, and what he does is that he carries it out. That's why America is so much in decline right now, you know. But the way that the system was supposed to work is that not just with the but we have a what we call an electoral college as well. This is all in the Constitution. Besides the people that are voting, that's why you always heard Kamala Harris. She wanted to get rid of the filibuster. She wanted to get rid of the electoral college. This is what people that holds up democracy does, Randy. It's the democracy is not what America used to be. America used to be a republic. You know why? Because freedom, liberty, and justice for all. That's what a republic state is all about. It's about the United States, all 51 or 50 states that come together, right? And these 50 states that come together, we call form a union, which is the United States. The people, right, vote in the representatives, which are people in Congress, right, as well as the president. All these people are voted in. It has to be from the people. But this is why we call it republic. We call it the United States of America to the republic of which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, basically for liberty and justice for all. This is the American anthem, which is coming back. Trump going to make sure that that is being recited in all the school systems as it should, because it's been taken out. But now it's coming back. We're going back to a republic country for the people, by the people, not for the corporations, by the corporations. And this is the problem when we have like, because a lot of people don't know the history. They don't know the difference between a democracy and a republic. I did videos about this stuff, trying because there's a lot of education that has to be done in order to get the people to understand what the difference are between the two, right? So with the current system, every president we have pretty much had were already selected, not elected, but selected. Point in case, right? Case in point. Y'all remember when this is a while back, Bush Jr. was running against John Kerry. What people didn't realize is that Bush and Kerry were first cousins. Even though John Kerry was a Democrat and Bush was a Republican, but they were both on the same team because both parties take their instructions from the big mob boss under democracy. What did Obama say when he was interviewed recently? He said that he was very disappointed that how Americans think of very little of democracy. Translation: he was thinking that American people was for democracy. No, because the things that Trump was uttering was for the republic, not a democracy, right? Democracy set up laws and rules for the big banksters and big businesses that are in government. not for its individuals, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big problem and a big difference. This is why we're in the space today, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? America technically has been hijacked in things since 1864. It's been a very long time. We've been under a democracy rule more so than a republic. The founder and fathers created the Constitution originally because they wanted the Americans to understand history and to make sure that the government does not go rogue. That's why the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and all the rest of it, the three branches of government, right? All this stuff that has been put into place to keep a checks and balance like a watchdog to make sure that the politicians and corporations, we had it in our constitution that corporations were not allowed to marry into the political system, because when they do, look and see what happens. Look what's happening now. This is why you have lobbyists and you have big corporations. Monsanto is one of them. Bayer, the one that make the aspirin. Everybody know Bayer. They're all over the world. They have married into our political system. And this is why it makes it very, very difficult for an outsider to ever be president, let alone an extra outside party other than Democrat and Republican. That's why they were part of the Uniparty. This is why we have never gotten any leeway. You can name the president. I think the one that strayed away from the course was Kennedy. Look what ended up happening to him. He was trying to make a self correction of this country. Kennedy, I'm talking about JFK, right? And RFK Sr., they were trying to make America by taking it off, putting it back on the gold standards. They were trying to go against the central bank, which is the Federal Reserve. And there was a lot of other things that they were trying to do. Bobby Kennedy said that Senior, he wanted to go after organized crime. This was a direct threat to the establishment. That's why they're not here today. We have to know our history, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in America, and every American should know this. They used to know this in the 1950s. Today, they don't know it at all. Most Americans do not know the three branches of government, which is said. Do they not know the difference between a democracy or a republic? They are totally ignorant to it. They do not know. This stuff should be on television. NPR is a bunch of crap. I borrow from NPR because it's a bunch of garbage. PBS, public broadcast service or system, is garbage. You know what I'm saying? This it's been created by them. This is why we are in this situation. And this is why the leftist, liberal lunatics behave the way that they do, because they have been conditioned, brainwashed to think they see themselves as a victim, and they will point out anyone or anybody that speaks out against what they have been used to dealing with. Obama have weaponized, once again, the LGBTQ community. He's weaponized them. And this is where woke started coming around, right? We have Black Lives Matters, which is another one, right? You have these organizations that all have been weaponized. And this is how the country became divided. It wasn't Trump, it was Obama. And this is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because this is actually factually true. This is what it is. And I'm going to keep talking about this because we have a lot of work to do to get the people to look up what is a republic. And I can tell you, but you have to really teach this stuff to your children again. Our children are dumbed down. The fifth grader in the 1950s knew more than the fifth grader today. The fifth grader is really operating on a premature level. They even taken the cursive writing out of the school systems. They don't even teach them cursive writing. This is another thing, though. They don't teach this stuff, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys right now. So therefore, because like I said, I do my job of, you know, educating, because I would want somebody to do that for me as well. So the republic, and then the meaning, when you say, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic, which is us, for which it stands, one nation under God, right? Right? This is exactly what the republic is. It's the people, once again, versus a democracy. Emphasize democracy, which is the next thing to socialism, which is another form of communism, right? Besides that, John Paddock says, "Hey, John, how you doing? Good to see you, man." Besides that, civil shop classes, civics and shop classes. Yeah, exactly. I remember learning this stuff in when we had social studies. They taught about this stuff on civic, and some of it I didn't sleep on, but it's really a necessary thing to know now. They used to always say, "Man, we had never used this stuff as an adult," and that was our demise. It really is. So going further, Republican, right? Here's what the word Republican really means. It means a common rights form of government, the government of the people. That's exactly what Republican really means. Versus democracy just means mob rules, right? This is exactly what it is. They set the system up to rule as a mob that exclude us. That's why it's an illusion of inclusion. Once again, said this yesterday, day before, and I got to keep drumming on this. Then bring the point back around with the great mind control that the leftist liberal lunatics are under this great spell. And it seemed like the spell is so strong and so hard that they are not willing to look this stuff up. They will not go there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you already know. I got relatives that will not touch it. They think they're absolutely right, and it's great mind control like never before. Tell thy vision, telling lies to your vision. Tell thy vision. That's exactly what it is. I don't watch mainstream news anyway. And this is why they're on the decline. This is why social media like us is on the upcline, right? You guys come to us on social media, right? And then some other ones that's even hitting harder than I am. But I talk about the stuff. I would like to hear them talk about the stuff that I talk about, because all that other stuff is good to know it, but you got to know how we got here. And I'm always a person that I'm always interested in the origin point, so therefore we can correct it. See, if they really knew what the origin point of this stuff, and some of them just do not care, and that's okay. But for the majority of us, we are going in the right direction because we are leaning back towards a republic, which the people are the government, not the servants. Who are the servants? The servants are the politicians. The servants, they serve us as the people. Do not forget this. We didn't vote them in there for them to be rulers over us. They are what we call a public servant to the people. This is what it's all about. Who they serve, most of them, I'm not saying all politicians, but I say the ones that want to keep the old system, which is democracy under mob rules, they want to keep it that way. They do not want it challenged. They want it to stay the way it is and keep all of us in ignorance to think that we are included. Illusion of inclusion. We're not included. It's just an illusion. These are banksters, right? And you have politicians, corporations, all in bed with each other. And this is why we call it fascism. Yeah, John Paddock, good evening to you as well, sir. Good to see you on. Yep, it is cool, man. Good to see you. I haven't seen Omega yet, but I know he's probably busy as well. I know you were, excuse me, busy earlier, which is all good. So we over here talking about this thing, man. Mob rules are a form of government given by impressions of representation, right? It's a impression. Think about that. It appears to be by the people, but it's not. It's not, because we had Biden. We also had, who else? You already know, Obama, Bushes, right? We didn't have Clintons. We have had these people. All of them were talking about a democracy. This is a democracy. They never said one time a republic. They said democracy. Yeah. John said, I miss you. I miss your GMO talk. I was spraying foam at home at the house. Oh, yeah, I know how it is, man. Yeah, I know how it is. I am not offended by it at all, my brother. I'm really not. You know, everybody got things to do, man, and I get it. I did that one, and I said what I needed to say on that for the most part of it. But yeah, it's all good though. Talked about, the big corporations and how the GMOs and all that, which again, it ties back, because when you look at the GMOs, it ties back once again to democracy. Everybody in this country have been led astray, been rocked to sleep. The wool have been pulled over the eyes, and they have pretended to care about us. That's the thing about it. Think about it. A man that get attacked, a man that house get broken into, a man get a couple of attempts of assassination attempt and all this. Is that guy for the establishment? Is that guy part of the system? You notice that didn't happen to Obama. It didn't happen to Biden. It didn't happen to Harris. It didn't happen to Clinton. It didn't happen to the Bushes. It didn't happen to any of them. But one man that it happened to. And you got to ask yourself this. Now, this is a real logic question right now. This ain't about emotion. Logic dictates, what did this guy and why these other people, why did that didn't happen to them, but it happened to this guy? And another thing is that why are the people behind this guy, which is Trump? Why are they behind that man, right? Why are they behind Biden? Why didn't they back up Harris? This is a question that people have to ask themselves if they want to be true to themselves. But I understand emotions, being a victim, being lied, used to the lie, comes, well, I just don't like him. I just don't like Trump. I hate him. I just don't like him. And that's the thing, because they've been allowed to hear what they have been allowed to hear, and people on the so-called fake news, they've been spreading this propaganda. They still are doing it. It ain't going away. They're still doing it, but there's going to be a reckoning in this country, and I'm saying it right now. It already has. We are ushering into America the republic. It's going back to the hands of the people. He said, I'm going to take the power from the government away and give it back to the people. I never heard Biden say that. I never heard Harris say that. I never heard Obama say that. I never heard Bushes and the Clintons say that. Not one time ever. They were all standing solidarity with mob rules, which is democracy. And I challenge anybody in this room on that. John Paddock says, don't forget the congressional baseball team shooter that got St. Callistus, or the damaged neighborhoods that attacked Ron Paul. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're absolutely right. Thanks for reminding me about that. This is another case in point right here. As John Paddock said, if y'all read what he said, you know what I'm saying? This is this is how their democracy works. When they don't like someone, they try to get rid of them. You know, in a true republic, the way that we deal with things we don't like, it's called the Constitution. John says they took a shot at Trump during the first first run as president. They sure did. They sure did. This is how their democracy works. This is exactly correct, though, John Paddock. You're right about that. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. This man has of espionage, sabotage, assassination stuff, and they act like it ain't no thing at all. Now, the majority of people sympathize. In fact, this was solidified Trump into the White House. You can't out top that. She really thought that she was going to out top that. And this is why the low down leftist, liberal lunatics think. They don't, what I'm giving factual documentation, what I've even been reading. This has been documented, ladies and gentlemen. We are a republic, not a democracy. And I'm trying to get people to come out of that brainwashing thing about republic. Our republic have been hijacked. Yes, it is. Yes, it has. Because when you mix in socialism, communism, Marxism, whatever it is, and when people tell you, like after 9/11, I remember what was said under Bush, that we have to get used to, or what do you say? We have to give up our freedoms in order to be secure. Wasn't it James Madison that says, one of these guys said, when you give up your freedom or liberties for security, that is called, well, we already know it, it's tyranny right there. Because we are given the things, we are supposed to be free in this country, not have big government tell us what to do. And guess what? Big government in this country have grown tremendously. It has become a huge monster along with corporations. And this is how they've been able to do pretty much anything they thought that they can get away with doing. They've been doing it. They silence their political opponents, right? This is not supposed to happen under a true free society, but you got people on the left that believe that that is how it's supposed to go. They've been taught. Maxine Warder say, anybody you see with a MAGA cap, you gotta resist. You gotta get out there. You gotta get up in their face. This is the type of stuff that's unconstitutional. She's never been She's never been for the Constitution, and she ain't the only one. All and everybody that has been against Trump is out in the open now. We know who they are. They're not hiding. We smoked them out. They're out there, Republicans and Democrats, right? Under that old uniparty. All Republicans are not MAGA Republicans, first and foremost. Mitch McConnell is an old guard, old rhino, right? Like McCain and all the rest of them, Cheney and all the rest of them. Those are old rhino elites. Yep. I'm gonna check that out though, John. I got something for you too. When I've been reading, I think you was here yesterday. You might have gotten the information on what I've been reading right now. But I am gonna check that link out, sir, and things. So I appreciate it. Yep. So, but that's exactly what it is. So the Republican government is defined as one in which the power of sovereignty are vested in the people and are exercised by the people, other directly or through representatives chosen by the people, to whom those powers are specifically delegated. Now, you heard what I just read, right? And in this, you hear people all the time. All the time. The key word is people. If you don't remember anything else, government in the republic means the people. Plain and simple. That's it. It ain't got to be a rocket science about this. Versus a democracy. Here's the difference. A democracy is defined as that form of government in which the sovereignty powers, right, reside in a exercise by the whole body of free citizens, right? That directly or indirectly through a system representatives. You haven't heard one time. You heard free citizens. Who are the free citizens? It didn't say, they said free citizens. We got to look at that word, man. We got to really look at that because democracy does not mean us. They use terms like U.S. citizen, resident. You have heard these terms quite a lot, right? John Paddock says that is a link to a military training manual from 1928. It goes over all these forms in government. It was reconciled, by Roosevelt as he was a socialist. Okay, and I'm gonna mark this thing to Form 2, which is cool. Yeah, and then I'm gonna reveal my source once again where I'm getting my information from as well. I'm quite certain that it should align itself up with each other, you know. But going back to the great mind control coming from the liberal left, and I'm talking about the ones that are your never Trumpers and your other people that just hate the fact that they think the country where it's going right now is going to be worse since Trump is in office. And these are the people, like I said, I'm not bothered with them very much. I'm just telling other people this is what the point of it's a waste of time dealing with them. Because none of us, John, ain't never seen it this bad, how divided we are today. We never seen it this bad. It's really bad now. And the lies that are being taught and told to many of them, and they will see that they have been lied to. They're gonna be angry. Wait and see when the far liberal left find out that they've been lied to. When they find that out, they're gonna go absolutely ape shit. When they find that out, yeah. Wait till they find that out, man. When they find out that they've been lied to, it's gonna be a wrap. When the far liberal left find out that they've been lied to, it's gonna be a wrap, man. John Paddock says citizens get privileges, people have rights. Exactly. U.S. citizens get privileges, right? And the people have rights. The people are the citizens. There should be nothing in front of the citizen name. If they can't, citizen really means sovereign. We're talking about sovereignty, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what America was about originally. It was about sovereignty, the freedom to be able to express oneself. No ruler or no king. We don't have rulers and kings in America. Even though they have set up, they had under the democracy right now, they have set up the presidency as a czar, as a king. This is why he's considered to be a CEO. They set America up as a corporation. That's why they call it U.S. instead of U.S. of A. They are very aware of wordplay because if it was a republic, it has to say U.S. of A. Give you guys some more information that you may or may not be aware of. The original flag of the United States consists of this. It's a plain and simple with no gold fringes or any other ornaments or symbols attached to it, right? However, the flag that is being flown in the government, the state level, and even the city level is not the flag of the people. It's the flag of democracy once again. Their flag is not the original flag. It's a military flag. And anybody in the military know what I'm talking about. Some say that the flag is Admiralty maritime type jurisdiction, and it's not supposed to be used on land, which is true. Others says that it's not a flag at all, but fiction. But we know it's a flag, but it's a maritime flag. The yellow fringes are for the military, meaning military rule, my boss rule, right? So forth like that under democracy. It's not the flag of the people, right? However, the gold fringes which surrounds the flag give notice that the American flag has been captured. Huh? It's letting us know that our American flag has been captured. This is true. Go to any court system, you will see the flag, you will see the eagle on the top, and you will see, most of the time you will see an eagle on the top, but you will definitely see those gold fringes, right? And it says that the flag has been what? Captured. And it now being used by the corporate so-called government to give notice of its jurisdiction. Huh? See? See what's going on there? Our flag, ladies and gentlemen, have been captured for a very long time, right? Our flag has been captured. And I believe, if I'm correct, you may have to help me though, John Paddock. I believe it might have been FDR, I think. I think he was the one where he put us into military we've been up under military law ever since. Remember what we were saying? Admiralty maritime belongs on the sea. It's never meant to own land, right? So this is where we are here today. So looking at it, and I am looking at it, there is a difference between the two, right? So a lot of things, ladies and gentlemen, happened in 1913, right? A lot of stuff happened. That is the era right there. That year. This is where a lot of things have changed. Not only that, the Federal Reserve, IRS, FBI, CIA, all these organizations that they're claiming federal are not. So they're unconstitutional. They came in under democracy, not from the republic. The one that was birthed out of the republic is the U.S. Marshals, not FBI. Sorry, but it's the truth. So going down, the government body where the free inhabitants are a government body unto themselves, not forced to join a state, not forced to be a citizen of any group, not forced to inhabit any territory, not forced to join the militia or military, not forced to pay on to request services, right? Northwest territories and possessions were governed by who? Separate and district branches of departments equal to each other as the power and control of a segment of government, which, while being on the same playing field, literally in the position of each other. This is why we have the three branches of government, which is supposed to be under a republic, which is electric, right? Legislative and judicial, right? Electoral, right? Executive, I'm sorry, legislature and judicial. These are the three branches of government which works as a checks and balances. The way that the Democrats have it set up, I'm talking about under democracy in general. The uniparty, they all have it set up where the president don't need to deal with um, the judicial. They don't need to deal with legislator at all. They don't need to deal with Congress. They have already got it set up where the president have amounts of power to do things. If you notice, think about it. John Paddock says we are still at war with North Korea as only as a ceasefire was signed. Exactly. There was a ceasefire, ladies and gentlemen, as John Paddock once said. When there's a ceasefire, that means that the war is supposed to stop. But if the executive level is doing things because they want to do things, this is not a government for the people by the people. This is for the corporations, by the corporations, or by the banksters, for the banksters. We got a serious problem, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, I'm sounding the alarm to kind of wake people up, to get people on board with being a republic versus a democracy. There is a big difference. The founding fathers know better because they understood, coming from England, when you go in these other countries, some of you guys come from maybe a communist country, socialist programs and all the rest of the stuff. You guys know what Marxism, communism, you should know what it smells like. I talk to people that come from China and other places. They say, I remember America used to be so much better, but now it's starting to remind me more like China. Why did he say that? Because if you say something, here's a perfect example. When that woke stuff started coming around, they even passed laws. If you miscategorize someone, right, with this pronoun stuff, you're in Michigan, you're subject to go to prison for 2 years. Does that sound like a republic, or does that sound like a form of communism? And I'm asking right now, I'm looking for my detractors right now. And I'm surprised I don't see any of my detractors tonight. Because right now, I'm cooking right now. And I want someone to be able to tell me otherwise. Because right now, I got the facts right here, Jack, right here. And we're gonna get you guys. It's to your advantage to understand what a republic is versus a democracy. The far left liberal lunatics, some of them will never grasp this. You know why? Because they don't like who's in charge. It shouldn't matter who you like in charge. Everything I've been saying tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you should be rah-rahing it right now. You should be getting right. You should be right along with me on this thing right now, because there's not another country in the world. These celebrities that are flying out, they're gonna just sadly mistaken. If they ever speak out the way they do here in America, though, there could be jail time, prison time, and it could be possible death. This is a fact. So therefore, as I mentioned, that is a true governing body. The way that the democracy is set up right now, as John Paddock says, we had a ceasefire with North Korea, right? That was signed. And they still want to bring North Korea into the fight. Now, Syria, this war thing, this war machine that they are beating, ladies and gentlemen, from the left and some of the Republican, old Rhino Republicans, Junior Party, the old system, they are wanting this. Push for World War III. Remember, they have bunkers, underground bunkers. Those people are going to be okay. Your Bill Gates and all them. You think that they don't have they got underground bunkers, ladies and gentlemen. What do we have? Nothing. The same people that you're backing don't give a damn about you at all. Just because you voted for he, she, whoever, they don't give a damn about you. You should be rallying around someone that does, that wants for peace, that wants to stop the wars from happening. I don't like him. You don't have to like him. Love the policies. Fuck the personality. Excuse my French. Sometimes I may have to get a little grim, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You know? I never said that I was a scholar at all. I make mistakes. But if truth is coming, listen to that person. That's all that should matter. That's why my identity is not important. My words are, because I don't want you to get distracted on anything. If you want to be entertained, you got plenty of other channels to be entertained. You know, this ain't that channel. This is a channel waking people up, telling people what it really is. These other people ain't doing that. They should be telling you what it is. You don't know the difference between a republic and a democracy. You're lost in the sauce. That's all I can say. So the government body on the democracy side, the president, a Caesar, rules by executive order, unconstitutional. Congress and the courts are under president, right? Are under the president. Do you ever wonder why Congress is ignored by the president? Think about this for a minute, right? You know why? Because the president has what we call the chief executive officer, the CEO of the government corporations. Impeachment today is nearly impossible, right? Unless it's the best interest of the controlling bankers and the one world government elite. Also, what most people do not realize is that most courts today are legislative courts and not judicial. This is another issue. The so called corporate, right, Congress sits as resolutions, not by positive law. I want you guys to understand that, you know. John Paddock says, that's why I can't go live. I understand. I understand. I don't show my face for the same reason, though, John. For this reason. Yeah. I use a lot of French. I understand. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, yep. You use a lot of French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Yeah. Ça va? That's what's up, though, man. Yeah, that is what's up, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, so this is what it is. The president for democracy, this is why they throw this word out a lot. That's why people just, we're in a democracy. You don't know what democracy means, because if you really did, you would never say that word. Yeah, we are in a democracy, true enough. Number one, the president, CEO of a corporation sits as a Caesar. Number two, legislature, right? The new Congress is the Senate voice public opinion. Number three, the so-called judicial, legislative, Article 1 courts, right, right, opinionate what's best for the corporate, the so-called government, and the elite. Number four, non-existent judicial Article 3 courts except for special circumstances that benefit the elite. The elite. So it's always a benefit of the elite. Like every president we pretty much had in there was by the permission of the elite. It wasn't by the people. Illusion of inclusion. It was never by the people. It was by the elite. Trump was not supposed to have been the president. I'm being honest. That's when our word, not democracy, our word republic really truly worked. Because the people showed up and showed out who they wanted to vote for back in 2015, right? For Trump. And they did it again. They did it in 2020. They had to steal the election to do it. And they did it again. I'm not lying on this. This is actually factually true. This is what went down. Not only that they hijacked the country, but the voters' rights, the big banksters, the elite that they answer to, it's all a sham, ladies and gentlemen, which is coming apart now. Because you are going to see, as we go into the new year, we have 40 some odd days left before we have a new president. And I guarantee you that we are going to be going towards a republic. And this is why he's been adamant about the Constitution. Trump said, I'm a constitutionalist. What does he mean when he say that? You ain't never heard a president ever say that they were a constitutionalist. You don't have to listen. That's fine. You can go ahead on somewhere with yourself. Go right ahead. But I'm speaking the truth. This ain't This ain't gonna be one of those channels where I'm championing democracy. I'm championing the republic, not the democracy, because I understand, John Paddock understands, there's a few of us in this room that understands the difference between the two. But many of you don't. And that's cool. If you just want to listen, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, that's fine. But this is what it is. This is exactly where we're going. The low down, leftist, liberal lunatics, they would never accept this at all, ever. Like I said before, they think the Constitution is nothing more than a racist piece of paper. I heard one fool say that. Oh, that was a long time ago. We in a democracy now, right? They are totally okay with it. The founding fathers put this up as a reminder to the people, not to the Congress. It was supposed to be to the people. You don't see the people learning this stuff. They go to sleep on this stuff. That's why they don't like it right now. They like drama. They love gossip. And they love it when a person is in there acting a fool and coming up with drama. Not my channel. This is something when you, if anybody hanging out here, you're going to get intelligent. You're going to get smarter. When you leave here, you're going to know some things when you come out of here. This ain't one of these ones where I'm left dumbfounded, you know, because I got my facts now. Now I got my documents and stuff down. Now I'm got 2 pistols on me right now, right? Not literally, those are at home. But I got 2 figurative pistols, which is my documents, right? That I have, right? Because as Bill Cooper says, document everything because it can't be refuted. It can't be disputed at all. That's why I look for my distractors. Where are you now? Come into this room and challenge what I'm saying of difference between a democracy and a republic. Come on now. I'm calling them out. You know, I'm calling them out. This is why Trump said that the Pledge of Allegiance, you know, is coming back to the schools. And it should. He said, I'm taking the Department of Education from the government and bringing it back to the state level, state rights to the state level. Because we're going to bring back cursive writing. We want hooked on phonics to return. And that's an old program, not a program, but it was a method of teaching kids at a very young age on how to read. That's what hooked on phonics mean for some of you guys that are not baby boomer, Generation X. It's called hooked on phonics. You can Google it. That was so effective that the government got threatened and had it removed out the school systems. They didn't want it. We've been under a tyrannical government for a long time. But they're not worried about it because they know the most of you don't know what a tyrannical government is. They done took out all the threats out the schools. They're not teaching social studies and all this stuff no more. They don't teach the 3 branches of government and all this stuff no more. Only thing you know is a president. You barely know the House of Representatives. You barely know that. So this is by design. So don't feel bad. This is done purposely. Only the people can correct this. There's not a person in power that can correct it by himself. If you don't have the people, you have nothing. But guess what? Trump has the people now because the people are the patriots that are backing him. That is the real government. It's the people, not the people in the White House. That's not the government. They're just servants, but they're not the government. We are the government. You got to understand this and you got to know it. You have to start making a stance and you have to know the truth instead of being lied to. See, don't be like those low down liberal lunatics. They will not accept this type of information because their ears and eyes and their mouth is all closed. They don't want, they're like those 3 monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. This is what they are. That's what they do. And we are the fault. We are the problem, ladies and gentlemen. I say we because it's all of us. Americans have fallen asleep. This is why why we in a situation right now. We can't necessarily blame leadership. The fault is the people that follows the stupid leadership, right? That's where the fault is. Unless if you're going to make a stance and decide to do something about it by educating yourself and educating your children and stop being the victim and stop looking for big government and stop looking for handouts and stop looking for excuses. That's the only way you're going to be able to make change. This channel ain't about being a victim. It's about being empowering and knowing the truth. So where was I? What is the difference between lawful money and illegal tender? Oh, shoot. Boy, man, come on now. You're gonna learn something in this channel tonight. With most of my videos and stuff I post up, you're going to learn something, man. What is the difference between lawful money and legal tender? Does anybody in the room know? I know John Paddock knows. But does anybody in the room know the difference between medium of exchange, which is lawful money, versus medium of currency? There's a big difference on those words. People don't know what money really is. What is money? What is a currency? Right? If you want to know it when you come to the right place, because nobody teaching this stuff today. You know what I'm saying? Nobody teaching this stuff. I got the fire today, boy. All right? So let's go in and go down to it. Right? Money. Real money is an asset of value, such as gold and silver. It can be exchanged for the same. Real money. Let's go ahead and say it again. Asset of value, such as gold or silver, can be exchanged for the same. So let's think about this for a little bit before I go any further. Let's talk about the other one. Legal tender. Units of monetized debt. I owe you. No different than me just putting on a piece of paper that says I owe you. All right, let's talk about it. Phony money, not backed by an asset, but thrives on faith alone. What does that sound like? In God we trust. Today, all computer programs, stock certificates, financial papers, accounting records, balance sheets, summaries, bills, bonds, promissory notes, bank papers such as checks, right, etc., right, are used with familiar symbols, having only one line through it, I could denote, right, the amount of the debt considered. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, all notes are nothing more than an IOU, right? Including the Federal Reserve note. Note represent debt. The corporate United States. Didn't say United States of America. Aha. United States, which is a corporation. It's in bankruptcy and has no assets, only can promise or only can monetize the debt, which means that they just create more money because it's not backed by anything. This is what drives up inflation, ladies and gentlemen, because of the paper that we are spending. This is why they call it a currency. It's just flowing like water. It's just current. It's not money. They dare not call it money. It's just currency. This is the difference between the two. Say you're going to learn something today. Nobody is teaching this type of stuff on here that I know of. I'm not saying they're not teaching it at all, but it would be nice that I could see more people on the lives start talking about this stuff. Because this is important. All the clown stuff got to, and nothing wrong with having a good time. You come here, you're going to learn something though, right? Just like I had to learn it. So this is the difference between the two. This is exactly what it is. So back on the Republic side, many of the older generations of American people were taught to write the S two lines through it. Right? I remember that. That was a symbol of money. Or they used to use two lines was a derivative of the U inside the S, right? What's it? Signify. There we go. I don't have my reading glasses tonight. I do apologize. Signifies a unit of silver. The United States of America silver dollar is accepted and approved uniform monetary in a unit coin standard. The United States of America did not use paper until 85 years after the independence of Britain, right? And when it did, it was backed by silver and gold. Even that, early Californians refused to accept and use paper currency, especially people in San Francisco. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. What I just read is documented. This is exactly the difference. That's why these lunatics that don't know their history and they look crazy as hell champion a democracy that they were never included in the first place. Great mind control, a lot of fuckery and trickery has been going on. If they ever knew the truth, they'll be mad as hell. They would be mad about it. Now, you got to keep in mind, if you were to Google this, it's called the Gold Act of 1934. You should go on and check that out. It's called the Gold Act. And I believe it was FDR was the president, but he wrote the Gold Act in there, right? John Paddock says, I was born in 1969. Since then, the dollar has lost 85% of its value. That is correct. Yes, sir. It lost 85% of its value because it's not backed by nothing. They never talk about Fort Knox. Why? If Fort Knox has been cleaned out and all the people's gold and their wealth have been taken from them, where did it go? And why don't they talk about this stuff? And this stuff is going to be brought up when Trump gets sworn in. A lot of the stuff I'm saying right now, I'm giving you a precursor of what to come. Why you think in hell that they want to hold on to the system? It has nothing to do with Trump and having a big mouth or any of this stuff. It's about what he's going to do so that we are all made clear what he's going to do by turning the system back around. That is why they would never talk about this on the news because the news ain't nothing more than an extension of who? The banksters, the corporation, the establishment. That's they never talk about this stuff. That's why I said we the real news right here. And Trump have already dubbed us as being the real news, not CNN, not MSNBC, not ABC, CBS, ABC, EFG, HIJ, none of them. All right, so let's go ahead and get to going further before I go on a tangent. Try to stay focused, right? You got to stay focused, my brother. You got to stay focused. Wasn't that Umar Johnson? Okay. Lawful money. Let's talk about it. Lawful money, which is silver coins, silver dollars, standard units of value containing 90% of silver. Silver, right? This tender is backed by 1 troy ounce, right? Gold, containing 90% of gold. Spanish milled dollars called the what? Real. And its fractional parts such as the what's that? Medeo, $half. Warehouse receipts and certificates redeemed in gold or silver, such as silver certificates and gold certificates, are not in itself money, but it is an exchange for a specific amount of lawful money. And you are hearing about stuff like this more so. How many commercials that you hearing about people should be buying gold and silver right now? You know, you've been hearing a lot of stuff about that, also about cryptocurrency, right? Because we know their system is going down. The democracy under this leadership, they're going to implode their own economy, right? It has to go down in order for something to what? Replace itself. Now let's look at the legal tender. What the difference? It consists of Federal Reserve notes. Heard that before. They give out bonds, other notes, evidence of debt, tokens, clad coinage having no inherited asset value, which means it's not backed by SHIT. Ish. 5. A unit of debt in a cashless, right, society, electric banking. Oh, is that where they're trying to go? Ah, man, you're going to learn something today. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee that. Here we go. Let's go further. Issued by the Federal Reserve Bank, a private corporation created by the banks of England in 1913 and is owned by foreign banker investors. The Federal Reserve is a continuation of what's it what is it here ex checkers or of the Crown of England. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I said before, when America got bankrupt, guess who bailed them out? The Bank of England, the oldest bank that is existing even until today. The oldest existence today is the Bank of International Settlements. It's there today. It's the oldest bank in the UK right now in England. The Bank of International Settlements. Okay. John Paddock says, let's see here. The financial experts on TV tell you gold in okay. What's that? Borrowings. Okay. Relic. However, it's outperformed all assets this year except for Bitcoin. John Paddock says silver actually outperforms Bitcoin until November the 4th, which I do own a little of both, you know. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. You know, and I always said, man, talking about money, John, a lot of people fall asleep on the stuff. It's bad. I mean, for people that's using this stuff, you seem like you want to know the truth in regards to what is going on with the money instead of because the stuff that they're spending is not money. It is a currency that's worthless. People out here dying in the streets trying to get a hold of this stuff. It's worthless, man. We've been hoodwinked and bamboozled again, John. We've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. You man, if they ever knew the truth, man, they'd be wanting to string these people up, man. They'd do the Marie Antoinette. They would do Mussolini. They would want to do any other. You look into history, man. The storming of the gates, the barbarians at the gates. If they really knew the truth, man, they'd be mad about it, man. They would be mad about it. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all know that the dollar really came from? It originated from the Spaniards. That's where it came from originally. Yeah. That's where it came from. The dollar was defined by law in the Act of April 1792. right? This is where it came from. This is exactly the history of this stuff, man. And this guy is not my research, it's his. That's why I'll cite the sources later. And he's been on it because he wanted everybody, as Americans especially, to know this history. He did a hell of a job putting this stuff together. And it's all here. It's a side-by-side comparison of the the old system, which was the republic of the people, versus the corporations and the banksters for the banksters by the banksters. They don't give a damn about any of us. We're just an illusion of inclusion. And we're seeing that more so today than ever before. You see what I'm saying? John Paddock says the Bank of England was captured by Nathan Rothschild. I knew we was going to go there on this guy. In 1825 by bankrupting the country with a run on the bonds. Exactly. Wasn't he the one that told a lie to the people and said that one of the war, it was a war that Napoleon, one of the ones that said that they lost and they ended or whatever, it was something like that. How he was able to make a run on those bonds and stuff like that. And this is how he got into power. Exactly. Yeah. Nathan Rothschild. And it's a whole family of them, man. These bastards, yeah. People are walking, or people are waking up to it. That's, they are. Yep, they are. And it warms my heart. Absolutely. Yeah, John, that's what I'm saying, man. We're not in the old days like how it was in the 80s and 90s talking about this stuff. They would have thought you were crazy, man. Or they call you a conspiracy theorist. You know, more people believe that 9/11 was an inside job than original false flag operation than it really happening. I mean, there's so much evidence out there of that alone. And a lot of these proxy wars that have been happening, to be honest, people have been awakened. Look at how many of us on the black conservative side that got channels talking about things like this and other things. Most of it they talking about more on the Trump policies and stuff like that. I'm going a little bit further, and they'll catch up as my channel start to really gain more popularity. They'll start jumping on board with it, and then they'll start doing their homework and stuff like that. But I see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Other than on the Trump stuff, and right now they're still up in there with that and having fun with these lunatic leftists right now, which to me it's not fun to me doing that type of stuff because I won't have the debates with them anymore. If we're gonna have something to talk about for real, John, it's gonna be about the stuff that I'm talking about that really matters. It's gonna take a little time for them to get there, because right now they're still talking about democracy and all this other stuff. They don't. That's how I know that they don't know. They don't know what we know here in this room, man. But I say this in most respect, because, like I said, the people got to know this stuff. They have to know how we got here. And but you are correct though, John. They are waking up, which is cool. You know that way. They're supposed to. The generation is supposed to make it easier. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making it harder, right? But I wanted to backtrack on something before I go any further. I wanted to backtrack on something for those that may have missed it and things like that. I'm the lazy old uncle. Yeah, I understand, man. I totally understand, Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you may as well let the younger people do it, right? You may as well, though, man. I still got a lot of fight in me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because how we got bamboozled and how we were lied to, and how they even tried to destroy the black community, and things like that with their lies as well. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll start once again for people that may not be aware. The Declaration of Independence. Everybody should know that 1776 The Articles of Confederation is 1778, and the Constitution in 1787, right? These are the things right here where we became a sovereign state, united. At this point, that we can declare ourselves republic. This is what ended up having on right here, having its beginning with the colonial resistance against England tyranny, tyrannical government. Sorry, and this is what ended up happening right here, right? Major opposition against British control began with who? The Stamp Act, established by the British Parliament on March the 22nd, 1765, taxation without representation, followed by the Declaratory Act, right? Um, the Boston Massacre, 1770, and the Tea Act passed by Parliament on May the 10th, 1773, to save the East Indian Company from bankruptcy. There it is. John says, what the sense of arguing with them if they can't realize the problem is by if they can't realize the problems by now, they never will. Exactly. That's why I'm not doing that, man. I get my passengers that want to bring up Trump. A lot of them don't, but some of them do, and I let them vent. But I don't get into it with them. I'm not going to debate them. I'm not going to get into them because I don't know what I know. With the intent that I've seen, the majority of them are triggered. They trigger when they hear Trump's name. They are triggered when they say MAGA. They are triggered from just a person wearing a hat. They are triggered of bringing up things and concepts about America first, deportation. They have, this is mind control again. This is how they are programmed to attack. They are being fed these types of subliminal messages over the television, and they were programmed to hate. The programmed to get out here and do malicious bodily harm to people just for having an opinion. And this is a major problem. I don't see a lot of MAGA doing this, but I see more leftist people that are Harris Biden supporters, that they call themselves Democrats, the party of tolerance, the party they claim of love, the party that claims of acceptance. They have not behaved this way at all. They've been everything but what I just said. And that's why I will never have a ever debate with them. They can say what they want to say about Trump. It doesn't hurt me. Orange man, Kool-Aid man, all that. They're entitled to do all that, John. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me one bit. People that come in this room, if they want to get educated, we talk about some things and we have a nice powwow, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I never said that I didn't want anybody in here that was against Trump. They're more welcome to come in this room as long as they treat me with respect and not calling me all out my name and calling me dumb, ignorant, and stupid and not educated. As long as they're not doing that, then it's all good. But they are showing the party a less intolerance. They are the party of hatred, bigotry, and they also come from a narcissistic type of personality types, and all type of mental illness to want to get out here and get physical with somebody. This is this right here never made any sense to me, but this is what they do. If we would have lost that election, you wouldn't see us running out in the streets. We would have to be making some decisions, but we would not get out here and do what they did. I am not shaving. I'm already, I don't have a lot of hair anyway. But even if I did or not, I'm not going to shave my head bald or get up here act a fool on social media. You see a lot of these women and some of these soy boys that are doing it. John, I just don't understand it, man. It's crazy. That's why I would not have, I won't do what Charlie Kirk, and salute to Charlie Kirk, but I'm not Charlie Kirk, and I would not want to do that. There's a brother that's doing it too. They can help themselves to it. I'm not going on these college campuses dealing with a bunch of emotional. people. I'm not going to do it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But what I will do is we'll talk about history and the things and the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, the Articles of Confederacy. We'll talk about stuff like this because they have to understand where we are, where we came from, how we got here. Yeah. So, where did America fall? Always a starting point. It started at Getty's Address in 1864. And that is the time and date where America became incorporated by or of the District of Columbia. Yeah. Presidential Legislative Act of February the 21st, 1871, under the Emergency War Power Act and the Reconstruction Act, then reorganized in June the 11th, 1878. This is where America truly became a corporation with, okay, a corporation with a legislator, uh, yeah, was established with all the, yeah, right here, looking at it right here, of the district government created, incorporated by Presidential Legislative Act, February the 21st, 1871. This is what ended up happening. On June the 20th, 1874, the president, with advice to the Senate, abolished and replaced the 1871 government with a commission consist of 3 persons. Wow. They abolished and replaced in 1871 the government, which we are the people. They got rid of that. Then they set it up to consist of 3 persons. You take the whole damn government, which are the people, you kick that to a side. All this happened under the District of Columbia. This little, small, little city in DC, right? Which is not even the capital of the true United States, right? This is what ended up happening. We got to know about the history, ladies and gentlemen, because once again, it's important. The stuff that I'm talking about right now is exactly what ended up happening. This is on the brink where our sovereignty has been attacked, which is our freedoms, our liberties, and the pursuit of our happiness. It's been taken from us. Now, it took some time for it to get to this point, of course, but they were on the way of dismantling. Because remember, after the War of 1776, America won against Britain, but we were broke. The people said, the 13 colonies said, man, we got to make a decision. We got to do something because we became bankrupt. See? So what ended up happening? Needed money. They started borrowing money from good old England. One thing led to another. That's how we got here today. This is why Trump said that I'll need to pay back the debt. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Who is the debt? Who controls the debt? Trump saying that, okay, my tariffs will work. I know how to get America back on track. I'm gonna do the tariffs. We're gonna start doing drill, baby, drill. We're gonna really get America back to the way it was. So therefore, we're bringing enough money. If I bring the government down, get rid of the bloating and all this other kind of stuff, and we bring it down to about 20% of the operating government, we cut a lot of these programs away. A lot of these programs are going away, by the way, and starting with the Department of Education, which is the most money, the most funding is going in the Department of Education. So that means that's going away. We're going to bring back so much money. what's going to end up happening is that I predict what if it won't happen in the first 4 years, but if everything go well, we should be able to pay back a lot because there's a lot of debt that's owed to these banksters. And when we do pay this money back, we will make sure that America never fall in the hands of enemy, foreign or domestic, where we have to owe this type of an amount because we shouldn't have to be owing the banksters at all. And that way we can go back to being a republic and living as free freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness once again. John Paddock says that was because of the secession of the southern states. They were still regarded as occupied territory under the Reformed Act. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so with the southern states, and they were still regarded as the occupied territories under the Reformed Act. Yeah, and we talk about yeah, the secession of the southern states. But let me ask you this though, John. Though, so do you see? I know you. I think I don't know if I asked you or not, but I'm gonna ask you now. The way things are going now, do you see us going back to becoming a republic again, as in meaning a real government working by the government with the people? You can be honest. I'd be okay with it. What do you think? Yeah, I'll let you answer that for a little bit. Yeah, yeah, man. This is yeah, it's something else, man. It really is. I think I talked about the Treaty of Paris. I think I talked about that too. Treaty of Paris. Where my other notes at? I talked about the Treaty of Paris. Let's see here. Okay, that was okay. No, you still read that already. Um, okay, the Articles of Confederation. Talked about that, right? Um, yeah. Okay, the Articles of Confederation. Okay, were agreed to by the United States in Congress assembled on November the 15th, 1777, and were ratified in March the 1st, 1781. From the time of the Declaration of Independence, July the 4th, 1776, to the timeline of the Articles of Confederation, there was a space of time of 6 months and 11 days. During this period of time, the several nation states, countries, were sovereign until themselves and relate to foreign earthly powers. Okay, there was an outstanding debt of 17 million silver lira from French banks over 21 separate occasions, all due on December the 1st, 1789. Therefore, the bankruptcy charter had to be drafted on September the 17th, 1789. 12 states delegates approved the Constitution, and that the states have now become uh, con, consi- considerous constitution doors. That's what it is. Tours in the civil law. One whose by simple agreement became responsible for the payment of another. According to Black's Law Dictionary, the sixth edition, right? This is where this source has been cited from. John Paddock says yes, but it will take time, definitely. John Paddock says there needs to be continue a continually a continuation or continually of government instead of reversing direction every 4 or 8 years. Exactly. And I think right now what Trump is going to do is that he's going to write a lot of executive orders and things that's going to make it very difficult in case if a Democrat ever were to get in there. It's going to be pretty very very difficult for them to do it. As long as Trump, what he said he's going to do, is to bring back the Constitution and to bring back the three levels of government, which are three branches of government, to make sure that these checks and balances happen. Right now, there's so much of corruption, even because we just can't say that, right? Because the way that they got this thing set up, the president right now, whoever gets in there, they don't really need the three branches of government, as you already know. They've been working as a czar all this time. John Paddock says that is the reason Vladimir Putin is hated by the West. He keeps Russia on a district, a distinct. I'm sorry, of a distinct course over the years. Exactly. I mean, I got to say it. Communism works in Russia. I mean, it works for the most of the people. It doesn't work over here, but all they know is communism with a little socialism. They got a little bit of that too. Marxism. We know Marxism was birthed out of Russia anyway. I mean, it's where it all came from. I mean, seeing it work for them, I can't see it as a form of a source of ruling because you can always have uprising. There's other people that it's just bad and things like that. But if the people here can see another way, if they can really see, John, and changes are starting to happen right now, where they're going to start getting glimpse of freedom again. And right now, it's being entertained right now. It's going to go from being entertained to actually participating in the festivities of what freedom really is. They haven't smelled what freedom smelled like yet, but we're on the brink of smelling what freedom is. John Paddock says no executive order is needed to be enacted by Congress. Yeah, that is true. That is true, though, because really executive orders are unconstitutional. But I understand that Trump had to do that because he was playing by their rules and their system. Until he gets in that office and go back on the Constitution, then he can start making it happen again. But you know, and I know he had to play ball. He had to know who the key players was, and yeah, that's the thing about it. Because when he was in there, he had to play by the rules to a degree on some things, you know. But yeah, executive orders should not override Congress unless Congress have to get involved. But they set the system up that way, though, John. That's why Trump was able to do it. I mean, they created this as you already know, they created it like this under the democracy. They created it that, you know. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Right, you're absolutely right, though, man. So therefore, I guess the proper term should be if he does, if he's yeah, and Trump will be successful, he shouldn't have to write an executive order because it's all about the people. Trump wants the people to know what want to know what freedom really look like and smell like. And right now, even with the far leftist lunatics, they don't know what freedom is like either. They don't know what it's like, right? I mean, we're gonna be truthful about it. Um, yeah, Russia is more socialist people now own land and have freedoms, yeah, or privileges. But yeah, I know it's not the old communist thing anymore. And things. China will be the same way if we were to go there too with China. North Korea, on the other hand, would you say North Korea is the same way too, like Russia or China? They all have a similar system, right? And things, but yeah, because you got to give some people some rights, and I agree with that. You got to give some people some things, though. But under a socialist system, to be okay with not owning, but you said they can own property and stuff. Like over here, they're trying to take those rights away from Americans here. Remember with the Great Reset, the New Green Deal, they were trying to get rid of all that here. As far as with the people over here, man, they were trying to get rid of all that. And things to say that people will be, what did Klaus Schwab said? People will be happy not owning any type of houses or land or anything. They'll just be given a bunch of the social programs, right? And things like that. COVID, we kind of saw that a little bit. People didn't want to work. It's ready to stay at home, get a check, live in government housing, the whole deal once again. Because at that point, it won't just stop there. Then you'll be told what to do, where to go, and this is why this stuff is so dangerous. It really is. China has those smart cities over there. They have the rating, credit system, rating system over there as well. If you don't behave, you got to maintain a good scoring system in order to participate in being able to given certain privileges and things like that. So it's a mess, man. It really is. It really is. It's a mess. Yeah, it's a mess, man. So when you say no, you're talking about like Russia to China, or is that North Korea? I think Russia and China favor each other on a lot of their political things. I'm not for sure about North Korea though. Yeah, I didn't think North Korea was straight up communist. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah, because Kim Jong Un, he ain't playing around over there. Everybody over there got to praise him constantly. Remember when they had that big flood over there in North Korea? People was down there waist high in standing water for hours, praising him and saying how great he was. You remember? John Paddock says, "Remember the Brady Bunch?" Yes, I remember Brady. Yeah, Brady. Oh, you said Bunch or Ranch? Yeah, Brady Ranch. Oh, I thought you said Brady Bunch. Man, tell me about the Brady Ranch. What about that one? What about the Brady Ranch? Oh, the Bunny Ranch. Oops, I don't have my glasses. I'm so embarrassed. The Bunny Ranch. Yeah, I remember the Bunny Ranch. Yeah, the Bunny Ranch. I never been, but who hasn't heard of the Bunny Ranch? Ah, yeah, the Bunny Ranch. Bunny Ranch. Hold on, man. Hold on for a minute. Bundy Ranch. Oh, Bundy Ranch. Yeah, Bundy Ranch. Well, my eyes is real bad, man. Bundy Ranch. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Bundy Ranch. The Bundy Ranch. Oh man, that's funny. hmm The Bundy Ranch. Interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. Yeah, you can elaborate on it if you like. There is, Okay, there is a big. Let me get my glasses in here. Hold on for a minute. Okay, there we go. There is a big lag in the chat. I wouldn't be surprised though, man. It's a big lag in the chat because it's only three people in here, and I don't understand why we're lagging so much, man. I know my Wi-Fi. When I'm at the airport though, John Paddock, it always does this. They have a lot of interference, a lot of stuff going on at the airport. I wouldn't be surprised though if there's a lot of lag. But yeah, I noticed that. I kind of figured that I could be lagging. Is it has it gotten better, or is it still bad with the lagging? Hey Sherry, how are you? I am here. I'm working, but my ears are open. Oh, that's great, Sherry. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's old Sherry over there. John, you remember Sherry, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Sherry. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I was told we were talking about the GMOs and stuff. I covered that one earlier. Boy, we went over there and talked about Monsanto and Bayer. We sure did. I'm sheeping. Yeah, that's right. She's the one, ladies and gentlemen, that own that sheep farm. Man, that is what's up, though, Sherry. That is what's up. John Paddock says that was when the BLM tried to seize the cattle. Hold on for a minute. Tried to seize the cattle, and the ranchers showed up and got them back and ran off the feds. I think I remember something about that now. Yeah, the BLM stuff. Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm. Like minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, yep. I understand that. Yeah, that BLM. I'm glad that that one is over with, man. We don't have to be worrying about that stuff no time soon. We're still not out of the dark yet, out of the woods yet, which I do realize, but as the people are waking up more so than ever, which is a great thing. People are definitely waking up, man. They're definitely going into a better place now. And like I said before, now that people are awoke and now that they have been awakened, they are entertaining the thought of freedom. There is being entertained. Trump said the things, I'm taking the power away from the government, giving it back to the people, the moves that he's been making. Everybody is championing the fact that him shrinking down this government, getting rid of these people that's spying on the citizens, and all this other kind of stuff. All this stuff, a lot of these government agencies are going away. People are rah-rahing about this stuff. Even some of the naysayers, they're not happy about the taxes. But we know that there's a group that we would never, ever, ever convince. I got relatives that unfortunately that have fell under this hypnosis, being lied to, and basically being programmed to believe that Trump is a racist, Trump is a hater, Trump is Hitler, and some of them will never stop believing that, which is fine. The good thing about it is there's a small minority group that's not really made up of a whole lot of people and things. The majority of the people are going to love the direction where we're going to be going. When he said the golden age and RFK, and we talked about the GMOs earlier. I think you came in on it on the tail end. Okay, Sherry says, I bought home a helper called today. Came came through your area. Good evening, Join. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, you brought home a little help. Oh, that's all right though. Yeah, I do see them even when I'm out there in Ann Arbor, man. I'm way out there. between Dexter and Chelsea sometimes, or going more inward into Ann Arbor. Boy, there's a lot of farms out there, man. Ooh, they got a lot of farms. And then you could tell you running across, riding across or past a farm. I smell manure, especially in the summertime. Boy, those cows out there. You know where the Domino farms are? They got heifers up there too, little brown ones and white ones and black and white ones, they be out there just a wagging their tail and grazing. I've taken photos of them too. I got a one of those telephoto lenses, but yeah, they were out there and they are big too. And cattle, yeah, they're huge, you know. But yeah, that's cool. Call baby cow. Oh yeah, the baby cow. That's all right. Yeah, little baby cows and stuff. Even when they are babies, they're kind of big to me. Yeah. Do you put the little cow bell around their necks? I know you don't do that. Yeah, I know they do that in Europe, but yeah, they don't do that here in America though too much. Have you ever wanted to put a bell around their neck? John says the Bureau of Land Management, not Black Life Matters. Okay, gotcha. Okay, the Bureau of Land Management. Yeah, because I hear that acronym so much though, John. I'm programmed to think everything is Black Life Matters, man. This is how bad it is, man. Even it affect me though, John. I'm affected a little bit. Okay, so the Bureau of Land Management. Okay, so the Bureau of Land Management. Um, okay, try to seize the cattle and oh yeah, and the ranchers. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. The Bundy. I mean the Bundy Ranch. Okay, but you said they got it back though. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to read up on that and get up on that a little bit more on that. But the main thing is it turned out okay. You said they ended up getting it back. Yeah, no farmer, no food. Exactly, Sherry. But as you know, they want to get rid of you guys. I think John too. John, aren't you? I mean, you're. I wasn't trying to remember. Was it you or Omega? I know Omega is the truck driver. Yeah, you're the farmer too, aren't you, John? I think John does farming as well too, Sherry. I think. They have been. Okay. Okay. Good to find calves are high. Okay. High sky. Okay. High. Okay. Are sky high. I've been hoping the price would come down. Some I've been buying Austin butter calves to raise. Oh yeah, that's right. John is a farmer too. I told people I got farmers in my room, man. That's what's up. Sherry says only some of them keep holding on. Man, that's really cool though, man. I love the farm. I think I told you guys before. My grandmother was raised on a farm, and she knew how to farm and the milk. She had the little pigs and chickens and all that stuff. Yeah, she knew about that stuff. I'm not for sure about no horses, but the other stuff, she actually had. So she knew what it was like having farm fresh eggs, living off of the farm. Her and her two sisters were triplets, so they had their chores to do. And stuff like that. I never was raised on a farm, but I have visited a farm when we used to have field day trips when I was a kid. So we used to go to Upland Hills Farm. Sherry may know where that is. We used to go there, and as a kid, and we used to enjoy the hay rides, and we used to go in there and pet the animals. They had a petting farm. And we'll milk the cows and stuff, and slop the pigs. I know you do though, Sherry. Yeah, it was one of the best times ever, especially being on that hayride. The best time ever as a kid, though. I remember petting the sheep, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was really nice. And then they would have those clippers and they would trim the wool, you know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Ba ba black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for my master, one for my dame, one for the little something that roamed in the dame or something. I mean, something like that. Oh man, I gotta be a little silly now, though. You guys heard of that one. The sheep. I know Sherry got sheep, John. She got sheep as well. There's a lot of, yep, she does. That's all right. Yep. And when the sheep gets out of line, they go bad. They're so bad. That's what's up, man. That is what you guys are farmers, man. We have probably met someone. Okay, let me get my glasses again. Hold on for a minute. Let's see here. We have probably met someone. I ran the riding stables at 25 North Van Dyke in 1995. Oh, wow. Oh, you did? Oh, you ran the riding stables? Oh, wow. That's amazing. Oh, man. Yeah, that's North Van Dyke out there going towards, what's that Kid Rock, where he live at out there? Yeah, because they got what's it, Big Miller's Red. They got one of those apple orchards out there. I haven't gone to that one, but I'm familiar with it. I always roll past that place. John Paddock says yes. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see. Sherry says, LOL. Thank you for putting on your glasses. LOL. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can see better now. I used to have 20/20 vision. Can you believe it? Sherry says yes. Sherry says, I was the last owner of the business. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, man. The last owner. Oh, wow, Sherry. Wow. Yeah, that's amazing, though. That's amazing that you guys even have farms and stuff, and everything, man. Being out there, um, and your animals. Yeah, that is your real livestock. That's amazing. Man, what the 34, um, 34, let me see here. Uh, okay, you may have to help me out with that one. 34, what you have 34 of, Sherry? Okay, sorry, my fat thumbs. Horses. I thought I was gonna read that as horses. Wow, you got 34 horses? That's amazing. Yeah, that's truly amazing though. Yep. Mm-hmm. That is amazing. Yep, man. I ran across some equestrians. I have ran across a few equestrians as an Uber driver. I think I mentioned that to you before. They put was it horseshoes on, breast, and then you have the one that's like, yeah, the girls like brushing down the horses, brushing down their manes. Those horses got a personality. Let me tell you though, man, they really do. Each of them got a personality though. All teeth, all teeth. Let me tell you though, love carrots and apples though, don't they? They love carrots and apples. Love eating the hay too. Yeah, there's some beautiful animals. Yeah. Um, okay. You have here the farrier and groomer. Oh yeah, they love being brushed down. I see them brushing them down. So they stay nice and smooth and things like that. Yeah, they don't mind being brushed down. I know it got to feel good for a horse getting brushed down. You know, yeah, that's real nice. As I mentioned to you before, I never been on a horse in my life. Yeah. hmm They look so tall up there, with those horses. With that saddle on. Y'all can actually saddle a horse up. Horseshoes and everything. They are like big dogs. They really are. They do remind me of a big dog. They really do though. Big old dogs and stuff like that. And Yeah, that's amazing though. The little ponies. You have any ponies around there? I'm sure you do. You know, little ponies. Yeah, that's pretty good though. Yeah, you guys are really doing the Lord's work, man, by owning a farm, man. The breadbasket of America. It's gonna get better for y'all too. Trump already gonna look out for you guys though. Sherry says not anymore. Okay. She passed away at 30. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. How long does a horse live to? About. I was always curious about that. I didn't Google it, but what's the lifespan of a horse? You know, I always wondered about that. It's probably the biggest livestock you have in the farm, I'm sure. Yeah, how long does a horse lifespan? Hmm. They used to live till 60 before they started vaccinating. Oh shoot, they vaccinated the animals too. God, dog on it. Nobody is safe, man. I think they had a conversation about animals in general, like dogs and cats. They're not living as long as they used to. Oh, yes. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all, though. Man, they vaccinating the horses, though. Shoot. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Wow, I did not know that. Yes, my vet knows about it. John says, not mine, nor mine. Oh, you said not mine or nor mine? I'm assuming that means not mine, John. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing about it, man. I did not know. I never thought to even ask horses and stuff being vaccinated. I never knew. I never knew that. Huh. I never knew that. Shoot. Shoot. Really? What type of diseases though does horses get? I'm curious though. I mean, I'm not in the industry, so I figured I would ask some more questions. What type of diseases does horses you know, um, what I'm saying? Like, I know they get sick too, right? Or do they ever get sick? The only use CDT, which is a immunization, not a vaccine. Hmm. John says no vaccinations except my dog gets rabies and isn't sprayed. Okay. Yeah, the rabies thing. Yeah, I can see that. But far as horses, horses don't get rabies though. I know dogs, right? But dogs, raccoons, there's certain animals that do come to that disease called rabies, where they just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sherry says, yes, they do. Oh, horses get rabies too? They sure do. They do? I never heard that before in my life. Not horses. I never knew that. Seriously. Uh, I guess they are. Yeah, I never knew that. Does anybody know what causes rabies? What causes that? John says, okay, there was a fella that died a few years ago in northern New York. It's a virus. Huh. So let me ask you this. You guys know about ivermectin? Do you think ivermectin could work on animals? I know it's great on people, but ivermectin is good for dealing with viruses, right? Killing viruses, killing the C word. Do y'all think that ivermectin would help with animals? I was always asking about that. I mean, we're a higher form of an animal, though. We are humans, but you know what I'm saying? We got what, 40, 46 chromosomes, and most animals have what, 23? I think. Yeah. Do you think that, you think, y'all know about ivermectin? I mean, since this is a virus, damn, mm, mm, mm. They have been using ivermectin, but it was overused, and now the parasites have a resistance. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm. I know about all of the dewormers. Yeah, because the little cats and dogs, the heartworm. Ooh, that's bad on the animals there. They got to be dewormed and stuff like that. And it's expensive to take your cat, take your dog, know all about it. Where they use the bathroom, you can see the worms come out in their stool. I know all about it though. Those worms too, and they alive too. It's like, dang, man, parasites. Wow, man, this is something else, man. You see that in the horses too when they come out and they done. You know what I'm talking about, like the worms. Man, uh, uh. I took a I took a FESCO class. My vet set me up with everything I need. Yes. Yeah, I know, boy. Those worms, and they alive too, worming around in the store. Man, that is amazing, man. Uh, The heartworm one, I do remember that one. I used to take the animal to the vet. Yeah, John says people are the only mammal that doesn't have a deworming schedule. Yeah, we don't, but we do. It's humans that do got parasites in there. Now, I heard of the herb called black walnut or wormwood. Those that I know of are so effective with parasites. You just have to keep taking it. But the taste is so horrible. I couldn't bear the taste in the powder form. You have to swallow the capsule. That's how bad it tastes, though. It's not something that I will want my enemy to taste, though. It's nasty, but it has to be. That's what effectively can kill them worms. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? But John says, I took ivermectin during COVID. Yeah, Sherry says, no, it's actually during the during an egg count, not seeing the actual parasite. You need to be you need a nice tea. LOL. Yeah. I mean, they make the was it black walnut tea, brown was it wormwood tea? I don't think I would even like it as a tea though. I would just take stick with the capsule. I can't take the taste. The taste is too unbearable. I cannot deal with that taste. Ooh, that taste is something else. Ginger tea with honey and lemon. Yeah, ginger and lemon is a cleanser. Yeah. Anything that the parasites don't doesn't like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. What the parasites doesn't like. 'Cause they're in all of the food, all of the meat, and they live in there though, you know? Yeah, yeah, in regards to that kind of stuff. But this is really cool though, that you guys, man, is rocking with your boy here, and you guys be educating me a lot on the farming thing though. I didn't know nothing about this stuff. They make apple flavor ivermectin paste. Did not know that either. In fact, I got to go online on the RX store just to be able to order they got the whole kit, and ivermectin is one of them. They got the whole thing in there, the zinc, all of it. Because the way that They're about to introduce another virus out here. Was it the monkeypox and stuff? When we start being affected with the monkeypox, people were running around here acting like a damn monkey and stuff. Swinging from trees and wanting bananas and getting dumber at a minute. I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, John says yum yum. Okay. Yeah, that does sounds good though. That apple flavor paste ivermectin. That sounds good. Sherry says LOL. It's been there it's been there forever, as I can remember. I did not know this. John says tractor supplies, horse paste. I did not know that either. Huh. They supply the horse paste? Okay. Sherry says safeguarding ivermectin are two different chemicals. Safeguarding ivermectin. What the? I never knew that. Safeguard. Okay, safeguard. Ivermectin is two different chemicals. Huh. Let me read back up here. John says $6 a tube. Huh. Oh wow. Did not announce uh yeah, Trump just announced Alina Haba as the counselor. Just came across my Truth Social and things like that. So yeah, well, she got her a place in the cabinet too, you know. But going back to this, Sherry says I don't remember the ivermectin being apple flavor. Huh? Man, it's all kind of stuff they have on there. I didn't know it was a paste. I didn't know any of this stuff, man. You guys are putting me on some stuff. Nope, I did not know this. Yeah, ivermectin. I knew about that, but I didn't know they had it in different flavors. I wouldn't mind tasting the flavor one, taking the one that's flavored. You know, I do like sweeteners on some of the things that's supposed to be good for me. You know, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. You know, I know what that was off of. Mary Poppins. John says Durmectin was the product that was apple flavored. Oh, did not know that. I didn't know that at all. Yeah, but they have so many mectins out there. I wasn't even aware. Here I am just thinking about ivermectin, you know. But yeah, that's the thing you definitely want to have because now with that monkeypox that's coming out and people get that virus, they're gonna be, as I said before, they're gonna be acting like monkeys and fools out here, man, taking on monkey-like behavior. You know what I'm saying? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. But I can rock out to you guys until I get to the actual touchdown zone. I know Sherry knows some things around here gonna look familiar and stuff like that. But yeah, that's always been my little monkeypox joke, you know. My little monkeypox jokes. Yeah, you know, and all this other stuff, you know. Can you imagine if the viruses people start becoming more like primates and stuff? They sure do act like primates, don't they? I sure do. I gotta make a joke about that though. It is the truth though, man. They sure do act like little primates. Yeah. Can y'all see yourselves having a primate on your farm? You can't really contain them too much longer. They'll start. You know, Michael Jackson when he was alive, he had Bubbles. Y'all remember Bubbles? Yeah. That's always a nice little monkey name for a monkey, Bubbles. Yeah, especially a female monkey, Bubbles. You know, no way. Yeah, I understand that though, Sherry. I wouldn't want to have no monkeys either. Too much like humans, and they strong too. And when they turn on you, though, I heard all kind of throw feces. Oh no, I can't do it. I can't do it, Sherry. I can't do it. hmm Got it bad enough. Yeah, you understand that you do. Yeah, I can't do it though, Sherry. I can't do it. I can't have the monkey thing going on, primates. A monkey farm, you know? John says, they scare me. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, they can kill it. They're strong enough that they can kill a human. It ain't nothing you can do, you know? Yeah, yeah, say, yeah, the monkey knocked me out. Ah, man, that is something else. Oh, my gosh. Yep. Joe Rogan covered him. I missed that episode. I wasn't even aware of that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Yeah. Number one podcast in America. Yeah. No, I definitely wouldn't want to be that damn popular though, you know? Yeah, I would not be yeah. Yeah, that'd be too much hard work. Remember remember the fella that got his face removed? I don't. I don't remember. We talking about like face off? Okay. That was a pet chimpanzee. Yeah, I did not know, but yeah, because they are strong, man. I am good on that. No way in the world I would have a monkey. I don't want to have a chimpanzee. I don't want to have a monkey. I don't want to have an ape. I don't want to have a orangutan. I don't want to have a silverback gorilla. I don't want any of those primates at all, though, you know. I think the chimpanzee is the simians. I do not want a simian, no way in the world, you know. Ooh, man, I saw Planet of the Apes. You know what I'm saying? I am good on that though. No, it ain't gonna be no Planet of the Apes up in my place. No way, they'll have me all under house arrest, you know, trying to break in and everything, you know. You know, me want to take over from man. Can you imagine though, you know? I mean, pounding on the chest. You can't stop them though, especially a silverback gorilla. They can kill you, you know. I'm good on the silverbacks though, you know. Too much like humans. Boys worse than the brothers in the hood that I had to deal with. Well, I'm with a silverback gorilla. Are you kidding me? I am good on that though. No way in the world though, you know. Ooh, I do not want them problems. No, no, sir. No way. Uh-uh. I think the silverbacks are the most dangerous out of all of them, to be honest. The male ones, oh no. The female can kill you too, but the male one, I do not want them problems though. Y'all hear me? I do not want those problems. No way. I would want to deal with that. Mm-mm. Yeah, I like just coming home, not having to deal with no animals like that. I can put up with a horse, but it's a lot of upkeep. You know, I'm not an equestrian and none of that type of stuff. I see that you typed something, Sherry. I'm in motion right now, so, but I can always come back later and read it. I mean, you guys have really been keeping it entertaining in here, man. I really appreciate it. This has really been cool, you know? Yeah. I didn't have no trolls tonight. They must be scared of you guys, you know? No trolls tonight. I had one earlier today. That same dude, MC, came back again. Yep, MC, you know? Yeah, that guy want to be my arch rival and nemesis, dog. I asked him, did you want to arch me or something? Are you trying to be my arch rival and nemesis? You know? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, up to trolls. Well, we were good tonight. It was good though, you know. They I noticed they come out when the shadows are a lot bigger, when more people are in here. You know, they usually tend to come out even more, you know. They want to disrupt that phony fake Marine dude. I remember dealing with him before. You know, he still never answered the question though. What was inside of that light bulb, inside of that flag, inside of that bulb on the flagpole? They never answer the question. There's etchers in there in case if the flag ever get captured, they're supposed to burn the flag. Every Marine knows you got a lot of people that come around here with stolen power and they get online. Most Marines would just, they don't, I mean, they know that. The Marine know that. That's why he popped back up in the room again. I kept on looking at it. I mean, I think I remember that guy before. I didn't know what that guy is. I'm not bothered by the trolls, by the way. I think they're funny. Sometimes I do a little trolling too, but I troll with truth versus them just being an a-hole. I just don't do that, I try to keep my swearing down to a minimum. But yeah, even though it's not a child-friendly environment, you know, you got to be 18 and older to get in here. Yeah, so which is cool, So yeah, yeah, that guy there, he should knew what that was inside that ball. Yep, never said what it was though. A real Marine would know that. Yep, all Marines know that. They're required to know that. Because the reason why I know, because I got friends that are Marines. hmm Marine told me. I almost joined the Marines though. If I would have been a Marine, I would have been a jarhead for real. I would have been a devil dog, a leatherneck. You know what I'm saying? Going out there, the first in battle, out there jumping out of perfectly good airplanes, which I'm scared of heights. But and they kick you out. They don't just ask you, "Are you ready?" I'm like, what the? Oh, H no. All right, guys, I'm getting closer to my destination and stuff. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep the live going, and I will come back. I'm just got a quick drop off, so I'm going to go pause.